Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. My name is Matt with Beacon Software, and for today's Feature Friday, what we're going to be looking at is the August 2020 update to Dispatch Anywhere. So with this update, we have a ton of features in this one, and I'm actually really excited to bring all these to you today. Now, some of you might already be using some of this stuff, but a lot of these tools were meant to help your business, make you more productive, and just day-to-day make things easier for you. So we have a comment section. If anybody has any questions throughout the training, go ahead and we can leave comments during this live training. If this happens to be something you're watching after the training, go ahead and leave something in the comments box. This is going to be posted on our Facebook channel as well as our YouTube channel. You could always give us a call on our support channel or email me directly at mtortorisi@beaconsoftco.com. All right, so let's go ahead and get jump straight in. Let me bring up our dispatch screen here. All right, here we are. So with these updates, when we push them out, normally when you log in, you should just see a pop-up on your screen. And it has a little thing about all the little features. Now, depending on how busy it is, you may or may not have time to look at that right away. So what we do up here in this little drop down, we do have a change log, right? What that's going to do, it's going to open up a website. I'll go ahead and drag it over here for us. And it's going to go over all the features that are on the newest release. So what I'm going to do today, I'm just going to start at the top and work my way through this. Some of these features we showed off last month in our Feature Friday, but I'll kind of cover some of them in a little bit more detail today. All right, so let's move this off here to the side. All right. So the biggest thing that was added in this release is job offers. Now this is going to be for any of our customers that are accepting Motor Club jobs through the system, right? You should see offers over here on the left-hand side. Now, let me bring up a settings page here. Drag this down here. Now, if you're not seeing job offers over here on the left-hand side and you're still using TowMagic, chances are the security setting for it is not set on your database. So if we open up our settings page, I logged in already. If we go to security settings here on the left-hand side, we will have one that says accept job offers right down here. Depending on your company, most of the time it should drop out automatically into your dispatcher level, but not always. So you may need to move it down to different people's levels so they can see it. This also gives you the flexibility if you have a user that does not accept offers or does not need to see TowMagic calls, we can either make another level for them and not give them access to it, or move it off of a level that they may have access to, again, so they don't have to see it in Dispatch Anywhere. All right. So that was also added in the most recent release, but job offers should show over here on the left-hand side. And again, this just basically means you don't have to use TowMagic anymore. You can do everything directly through here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to send a job over just so we can demonstrate how this works. Hit create. So if your sound's on, you'd hear the normal foghorn noise that you're used to. Right. Here's my new offer right here. We can see that it's counting down just like before, just like in TowMagic. And I can either accept it from this screen or right click on it. I could also open up the call and just look at the information on it. Oops. And everything that's here, and accept it from within the call as well. All right. So I'll go ahead and accept this call. We can still see the countdown, so we know we have about 2 minutes to answer these calls. The same type of window that we saw in TowMagic is here. So I'm going to give it a 60-minute ETA. We have a nice little map over here that shows us pickup, drop-off, and destination. Right. Round trip on this basically is 29 minutes for a total of 19 minutes, which we tell you right over here. We'll go ahead and accept that call. You get a little dialogue here that shows that somebody sent that ETA. Motor Club gets that, adds a PO number, and then it will send it back to you, and that's what it feeds into your system. Right. As far as calls that may have expired, which we have right up here, we leave these on your screen until you do something with them. So somebody will have to go in and cancel these calls. We do that on purpose so that you know that a call was missed or a call timed out, basically. So again, with this, you'll have to do something with it. In this case, canceling it. But at least you know that a call did time out in your system. We're not hiding that anywhere. Right? So with the calls feeding in, this leads us to our next big feature. I'm going to open it up. Is automatically adding of services based on the reason. So now I know it says BG Auto, but this would basically be any one of your Motor Club calls that feed into the system. Right? So our call reason was a tow, and we automatically added the tow, the en route, and the mileage here. So on your Motor Club calls, you're going to see that. On AAA calls, we're also adding battery test in there as well on your behalf. But we put a little indicator here to show you that it was something that we added, not something that a user added. Now, these can still be modified just like any other service. So if I go ahead and hit en route, I can still calculate my en route, my loaded miles, just like before. I can take these off if I don't need them. I can add different services. All that functionality is still there, but we just like to let you know that we added these services over here by putting that little indicator on there. Right? So you save it like normal, verify your addresses, and then we can dispatch that call. So those were two of the biggest features that were added into this: job offers and automatically adding services. Now you can do that with your non-Motor Club calls as well. Now it's going to be based off the reason and the required truck type. So if you have it set up for, let's say, like a flatbed, for example, we'll try to automatically add services based on the required truck type that you have. So that is another feature for non-Motor Club calls that you can take advantage of as well. On the mobile side of the software, which I don't have up on here, but on the mobile side for DA Mobile, if you're dispatching, we will also do the same thing. The only difference is instead of dropping them on automatically, you'll get a little verification checkbox that you just select the services and then you add them to your call. So it does make mobile dispatching a lot easier, a lot just more efficient, more faster for you while you're doing that as well. But the same functionality is built into the desktop as well as the mobile side of it. Let me save that. The other feature we added was this pending finish. Now this has been something we've had in the system before. What happens here is when the call is finished from our drivers, it goes into this pending finish status. And I have two calls here, one being a AAA, one being a BG Auto, or basically one of my account type calls here. With AAA in this last release, we're also sending back the battery test codes and mileages on the call. So let's go ahead and open up this one. So if I had this call, I had my flatbed, I had my en route services, 193 miles. I may need to send, let's say, my loaded miles as well. Right. We'll just put something here. Let's say it's 50, whatever it is. Save it. This will allow me to send this same information back to AAA. So we've already been sending back status on your behalf. So when the driver goes en route, when they arrived, etc., if you have that turned on, we can also do the same thing. Oops, we'll come out of here in a second. We can also do the same thing with the services on the call, as well as battery tests. Now to turn this on, you have to turn on two features here. So let me go back to our settings here. Oops. So in your settings under accounts, we'll pick AAA. You have this add Motor Club service, add Motor Club services automatically. This is where you can turn that feature on or off. Send driver finish to pending finish. Right. We have two different types of customers. We have some customers that want the driver to finish out those calls. We have other customers that want dispatch or somebody in accounting to finish out those calls. If you're the second half, you're going to want to turn this feature on. Send driver finish to pending finish. When a AAA call is finished, instead of your driver finishing it out and putting all the clear codes on, verifying all the information, and then automatically sending that back to AAA, we can have it pending here for us. We can go into the call, fix anything we need to fix. Then as a dispatcher, I would finally finish it out, and I would have the ability now at this point to add the clear code to it. I have all those options. Those are the most standard ones. I can do show all. That loads the entire list from AAA. I can put a comment in here, hit OK, and now that call finishes in the system, and then information then now goes back to AAA automatically. So this will save you the time from having to manage Dispatch Anywhere and D3 at the same time. Very little setup involved with this, but if you have questions on that specifically, give us a call. We can always help and walk you through that as well. All right. So that's the update with AAA in this last release. Couple small things, restoring of the windows, minor thing, but if you've sized this window up and then if you would close it, especially let's say like your map, for example. So a lot of people like to detach this map if they have multiple monitors. So you may size this thing, let's say like this, close it, go about your business, open up Dispatch Anywhere tomorrow, and what was happening is it would resize back to the default size. Right? So in the last release, it basically stays the same way. Minor thing, but it does make a difference. You're not having to resize your map or your Dispatch Anywhere anymore anytime you log in and log out of it. Chat icons were added recently. All right, so I'm going to show you how this works. Let me log into my phone here. All right. I'll go ahead and dispatch. I'll take this call that we just sent. All right. Send it to me, assign. Dispatch the map. So at this point, I have it on my phone. I'm going to go ahead and confirm it. Just like before, I get the same confirm status here. Now, if you don't already know, between dispatch and driver, let me open up this call, we have a little chat box over here. Now, I can type things back and forth, so I can say hello, to my driver, and they'll get that. The driver also has the ability to send a message back, all right? And send something back. All right. So I sent a message back. So previously all we got, if you see it down here in the corner, previously all we got was this little indicator down here, and then that thing goes away within a couple seconds. So if you're not paying attention or you didn't hear it, you might have not have seen it. So recently we added this little new message bubble here. So this just basically means that I have some sort of message, whether it's by the dispatch, another dispatcher, whether it's by my driver, that just has not been checked yet. All right, so we can see that when we're in the details view very clearly. I can see it in the map view very clearly. I can see it in the large grid very clearly. It's all the way at the left here. If you're a customer that's using the classic grid though, it's not here. Well, with the classic grid, it's all the way to the right. All the way. Here it is. So if you're somebody that uses this, this column needs to be dragged all the way to the left. I can move it slowly. Move it, scroll, move it, scroll, move it, scroll. But this way you can customize this and then have this field at the very beginning. And again, it's just so you're not missing any additional messages that the driver may have sent to your dispatcher, to anybody for that matter. It will indicate it that it's right here. So again, this was previously added. Classic view, scroll all the way to the right, drag it all the way to the left, and then you'll have it in that position. It will stay there forever. Let's see, the next item on the list, code column to vehicle type dictionary in settings. All right, what that means, back to our settings page here. Here's our settings. Under the dictionary and under the truck types, we added this code here. Now, we have default codes, light flatbed, LF, medium flatbed, MF, etc., etc. You can change these to be whatever you want. What these are used for, back to Dispatch Anywhere, is on the map. Scroll in here. So you have the option on your map to either show the driver's initials. So this is me, this is Dan, Alex, etc. Or I can choose the driver number or the required truck type or the vehicle. Now mine I don't have GPS attached to these, but with the vehicle, if I had GPS on here, instead of it showing that number or the initials, I would have the option to show the truck type. So I would be able to see where all my flatbeds are, where all my wheel lifts are, etc. So if you're a customer that likes to view your trucks by the type versus who's in it, that's another great solution. You might just need to edit your settings to make that happen. All right, a couple other things that were on here. In the job export report, if you're a customer that uses that, so that's located under company, job export. This allows you to export every single field on every single call, including every single service. So it's an export of basically everything. A couple new fields were added to this in this release, so that's available. We did add a clear invoice errors button as well. So if you're a customer that does Motor Club billing with us, if you bill calls, maybe you've billed them too early, maybe you tried to bill it and you didn't change your password. Previously you had to call us, we could clear those errors, you fix what you need to fix, and then you resubmit them. You're able to clear those yourself right now, right up here in your settings. So that option is available. Just so you know as well, under, billing, you're able to add your Motor Club username and password directly through settings now. You no longer have to go through the old way or calling us to change passwords anymore. We incorporated that right into your accounts. Just pick the right Motor Club, add your username and password, or update your password, and then you can go ahead and start billing those calls again, just like normal. So that has recently been built into settings as well, so that's available. And then on the report side, we did update a couple new reports. Let's go through these one by one. The first one is total days in storage. This was a request for storage days. Let's see if we can find let's do a search here real quick. Let's do a BG Auto. Say that's in impound. Here's one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and release this. Nope, has a hold on it. I'm not going to release it. Let's fix it first. Take that hold off. Let's let it add storage automatically. Release it. Big storage. Let's say it's cash that they paid. I released it to owner, release, vehicle release, payment recorded. Like normal, I get a payment receipt. I don't care about that one, at least right now. The invoice, though, this is going to show us when it came in, when it left, the same type of information, who I released it to and at what time. And then this is going to show total days in storage, so 877 days at $19.98 per day. This is a special invoice style that you need to use, and I'll show you how to get that. So again, in our settings, so I'm under BG Auto, under invoicing. We have a bunch of different invoice styles depending on which one you like. This is the new one, invoice with daily storage. So if you're a customer that needs that, maybe on police accounts, things like that, we have an option for that. And with that being said, this is only going to work with basic storage, meaning you can't have offsets, grace periods, anything like that. It will not work with this type of calculation. So if it's a straightforward storage calculation per day, this is a great solution for you. While we're in here, we did add a new statement with credit balance as well. So if any of your accounts are carrying a credit balance, we are going to show that on the statement, assuming you're using this one. All right, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'll just run a statement here, print statements. Do this for BG Auto. We'll just run it through today. Right up here, new box that shows a credit balance if they have one. That will appear on there as well. Close these out here, close some of these tabs here. We did a couple fixes on the formatting on the sales tax detail and summary report, so that is out as well. Impound inventory report with police hold. If we take this, let me see, I should have some with holds on it. Right over here, there's a new column. I don't have a ton of them in here. Let's see if I can run this back a little bit further. There we go. All right, so this one car is this Honda CR-V in my main yard lot. Does have a hold on it. It indicates that on the report. So a quick way, if you're using this for inventory of current cars on your lot, you can kind of quickly see which ones have a hold and which ones don't. There was an issue with the payment receipt, some of the formatting that was fixed in this. It was miscellaneous alignment issues that was fixed. And then some additional minor bug fixes in some of the other reports. A lot of those were alignment issues with some of the columns. So those have all been pushed out into the reports. As far as bug fixes, let me bring this guy over so you can see what I'm looking at here. Fixed Agero billing, there's some issues with it. As long as your username and password is updated in settings, you'll be good there. Fix police hold calls not sending to tow lien. If you're a customer that's using our tow lien product to process your liens, some of the cars that had a hold on it were not sending to tow lien, so that has been updated and fixed in this release. Customers that are using calls.dispatchanywhere.com, that status has been fixed as well. This is the website that you can use if you have let's say a dealership or a body shop. They can go online and send you the call right from a website versus having to call you on the phone all the time. So that was fixed in this release. The job conversations, as we were testing it, the toast messages, those are the little pop-ups in the corner. That was fixed. Fixed posted time incorrectly displaying in UTC. This is just a way that we store the time in the system, so we updated it and fixed it for different time zones. This is for billing and auto posting. If your customer is using auto post or auto bill on post, minor fixes here. This one we see a lot, fixed unknown driver name on job edit. All right, so if you are using a call or you have seen a call, if you're using this history tab, sometimes the name of the person would not show here for your driver. Usually it was a setup issue, but we have fixed that. It's it can use the display name or the first and last name if you put that in there. And then photos, we're grouping them together. Basically what this means, on the history tab, we used to, anytime a picture was uploaded, let's say there was 10 or 15, you would actually have 10 or 15 timestamps for each of them. What we've done, and you can see it right up here, we just show all the photos that were grouped together. They're still here in the Photos tab so you can view them. This way we just record the information right over here as well. It just makes it cleaner. You don't have as many items here to go through if you're trying to find the history on a call. Right. So those were all the updates that were in this past release. Lots of great things in here. As always, we're always open to feedback. Any of these features, try them out. If you're having trouble with them, give us a call. I'm going to save this here. With that being said, I appreciate your time today for this Feature Friday. We will see you next month. Hope everybody has a great weekend and stay safe out there. Take care, everybody.